Good morning, it's Rob from Harlem Lofts. How are you? We are doing our market reports. We've been doing these since March 15th, and it is now August 7th. Good morning. We're going to go cover townhouses and condominiums and where the market is today, and we're going to look at the last 2 weeks and compare it to last year, and also, the period that I mentioned from March 15th on. Harlem Lofts is located at 272 Lenox Avenue, also known as Malcolm X Boulevard. We are in our COVID-free office, and you can come see us if you need to, make an appointment. Right now, if you want to follow these reports, please subscribe to the YouTube channel. They'll come out every 2 weeks, usually on a Friday morning. And if you subscribe, you'll get a notification. Otherwise, just Google Harlem Lofts Reports. If you want to know about our new listings, which we have 4 new townhouses this week, you want to get on our Facebook page, and at the bottom of the page here you'll see how to subscribe there for our kind of sneak peek listings. If you want to see them first, we have a private Facebook group that you can see the listings before they come out, and I'll talk about those in a minute. We have some really good ones, interesting ones coming out. All right, so let's talk about the townhouse market as it pertains to the last 2 weeks, the COVID period, and then compare it to last year. My favorite, the townhouse market. Okay, what we have this week. When we spoke 2 weeks ago, there were 66 townhouses on the market. Today, there are 72. What happened? 8 new properties were added. 8 new properties. Just as we predicted, the market is coming back from a inventory standpoint. 1 property sold, for very cheap on 134th Street. Had some issues, so that not a lot to talk about there. 2 properties were pulled off the market. One very nice property on 120th and another one uptown. So now you have 72 properties to choose from. Out of those properties, let's see what we have here. I can tell you our firm has just signed on 4 new townhouses alone. I'll self-promote a little. We have a 3-family on 123rd coming out, a 3-family on 5th Avenue, beautiful. A trophy property at 11 West 121st Street, the most desirable block in the Landmark District. We can go on and on, but go to our Facebook group if you want to see a sneak peek on some of these, and then they'll be launched fully either Saturday or early next week. So out of the 8 new properties that came on the market, what you want to note this week is that our discounts, let me mark this. If you look at the chart behind me, you'll see that in orange is the $3 to $4 million range. This is the properties that are getting discounts. We've been talking about the green. We've been talking about the green ever since March. That's the $2 and $3 million range. 40% of those properties had seen discounts since March. All of a sudden, if you see this creeping up in the orange line, that is your $3 to $4 million range. So what's happened is $3 to $4 million priced properties have surpassed the $2 and $3 million with the amount of sellers that are choosing to discount their properties. So if you're looking in the $3 or $4 million range, you have let me see here. You have a larger 40% of those. Yeah, 40% of the properties listed from 3 to 4 million are seeing discounts now. They're not deep discounts; they're like 6 or 7%. But that means there's obviously a trend as you saw that arrow going up. As far as the market in general, we had 33 properties sell last year at this time, from March 15th to August 7th. We had 15 this year. That's a 54% decrease. But the sales volume is only a 51% decrease. So you had 70 million total sales volume last year, 33 million this year. What that tells us is the average price of the townhouses that sold this year in Upper Manhattan is actually still a bit higher than 2019. So the average price 2019, 2.136, 2,136,000. 2020, 2,226,000. So that's a 5.7% higher average sale price of townhouses that have sold this year than last year. Condo market's totally different, but that's good to note. I think that's about it for the townhouse market. Let's talk about condominiums. All right, condominiums. Condominium market, unlike the townhouse market, is flooded with new condos, and the buyers don't seem to be there yet. So here's where we are. March 15th to August 7th of 2019, 121 condos sold. This year, same period, 47. That is a 61% decrease in the number of closings. The sales volume's down also a little over 60%. So that means the average sale price of the condos that are being sold this year are less than last year. What's important in the condo market, I think, is the amount of condos that are hitting the market now since we've opened back up. It's been 4 weeks. I think we had 47, then 35. Now we have the last 2 weeks, 13 and 17. We're right at 100 new condominiums hit the market in 30 days. So if you're a buyer, this is the time to get out there and look at condominiums. And if you're a seller, I mentioned a couple weeks ago, if you don't have to sell, maybe you want to rent for a couple of years. Just a suggestion. There are very few townhouse condominiums. That's a condominium within a townhouse. So that's a one niche market that we don't see a lot of out of these 100 that launched. Self-promotion, full disclosure, we have 3 condos in a townhouse for sale, and there's only 4 in the whole townhouse. So if you are a condo buyer that wants to expand, 2 of these units have already been combined. The third is a one bedroom. It's the top 3 floors with the roof space and a roof deck. So if you're a townhouse buyer, you can buy these 3/4 of a townhouse for 2.6 roughly, and the address is 26 West 119. If you're a condo buyer that wants 3 levels of a townhouse instead of a normal condominium, you can also combine these units. So that's one unique condominium that we have out there in the condo market. Everything else seems to be the cookie cutter buildings, and the one thing we want to note is out of the 100 that hit the market, some of those have more behind them. Like there may be 3 listings in a condo that's new that has 20 units in the building. So typically they drop 2 or 3 at a time. So it could really be 200 or 300 condominiums waiting to hit the market behind the 100 that you've seen in the last 30 days. All right, I hope this has been helpful. We'll close out here. That's the condominium market. All right, so Rob at Harlem Lofts closing out. We are doing these reports, market reports, every 2 weeks now. Don't forget we have our big third quarter market report that we'll do in October. It'll probably be a webinar, and maybe we'll be able to have some visitors here in the office again, but that'll be around October 10th. So every 2 weeks, if you want to see exactly when this comes out, subscribe on YouTube, and you will. Otherwise, you can follow us on social media at the bottom of our website, and then at the top of our website, you'll see some events and webinars that we'll start listing. Happy to help you. We're here at 124th and Lenox Avenue, or Martin Luther King and Malcolm X Boulevard, and stop by and see us or make an appointment. Our office is COVID compliant, and we are super busy right now, so love to help you. Thanks. Have a good week. Stay safe.